Interface Video presents Fairhope Hospice Today. Brought to you by Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Dagger Law, and the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home.
Welcome to Fairhope Today. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Kristin Glazier. I'm the President and CEO at Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and we are here today at the Pickering House in the family kitchen. And I have with me today a very special guest, Anna Tobin from Meals on Wheels, the Senior Hub. We're going to talk about a new little title there. Anna and I have known each other, I think, for a long time. Our paths have crossed for many years, and so thank you so much for being with us today and kind of talking to our viewers just about everything that happens with Meals on Wheels, the Senior Hub. I want to talk a little bit too about how long you've been doing this job and this position, because it's just, we were sitting here talking before we started just about all the things that Meals on Wheels and the Senior Hub do. And I said, boy, all these new things. She said, no, it's been around for about 30 years, but the word is really finally getting out, and just so many great things that you offer. So welcome.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It's always a joy to be with you here at the Pickering House, and we're in the kitchen.
I know we are.
And I kind of feel like I'm home.
I know. I just saw some fresh cookies over there. I think a pot of coffee is brewing. So
yeah, you're absolutely right. The Meals on Wheels has been around for 50 years. We have identified the issue a few years back that, most people know we serve meals, but there's 20 additional supportive services that are available for older adults here in Fairfield County to help improve the quality of their life, help them live independently. And as you know, as the administrator here at the Pickering House, challenges in life come up. And they might not be planned for, but they come up, and that's what our organization is all about, meeting those challenges and helping people be successful at staying home and living a quality life. And the meal delivery program started 50 years ago, yes, you're right, but soon after that, Title III money and government money started coming into the agency to provide homemaking services, to provide personal care, respite, caregiver support, transportation, minor home repairs, and the list goes on. And just over the remainder of those years, the Senior Services Levy, adopted back in 2004, helped us not have waiting lists for services and help us to expand these services. So when seniors in Fairfield County need help, it's just so reassuring to them that they can get help, which I think that's amazing.
I know.
We're very lucky in our county.
Absolutely. I can't imagine the growth that you've seen just in the time that you've been there, and the changes, and just like we were talking about technology and how sometimes that's even hard for us. But just think about our seniors, they really didn't have a lot of that technology as they were raising their family, and so sometimes that's overwhelming.
It can be overwhelming, and again, that is why we're here. We kind of break things down in bite-sized pieces to help seniors engage and meet them where they are in their journey. We're meeting them. Some seniors are very tech savvy. Others need a little bit of assistance. Have a great new program called Digital Inclusion. Is a program we just started here this past month. And that's bringing our seniors in and starting at day one with computers. What's a mouse? How do I turn this on?
Really?
How do I? Because what we identified and what seniors have told us over the years, they cannot access their healthcare portals. They cannot access online banking. They cannot stay in communication with their family and friends through Skype, FaceTime, and all that kind of stuff. So when we're hearing this, we knew that we wanted to be maybe a solution for a lot of seniors, so we can get them in and get them used to using computers so that they can access portals, so they can, even digital couponing, can be a challenge for people, and that puts them at a disadvantage. And so for those that want to hop on board, this program is available. It's being taught by Julie Kincaid. She's our activities coordinator, and it's a once a week class, and it's for an hour, but it's just taking those little bites, little steps. And as you know, Kristin, in this world of social services in which we live, volunteers are so important. we're putting out this advertisement and saying, hey, we've got this great digital program, and submitted a press release. Get a call back from the lady who's reading the press release to put it in the paper. Hey, I'm a retired teacher from Amanda Clear Creek. I have 30 years of experience in teaching computer class. Can I help you? Oh, yes.
Absolutely. What time can you be
yeah,
here?
so a big shout out to Karen from Amanda Clear Creek area, but she, is helping with those classes. But that's just one example of where we poll our seniors, we listen to our seniors, we hear where there's challenges. We do have smartphones available as well for some of our seniors in the program, and tablets for free. We just need to get you engaged in this.
For free.
All came through a grant through the Ohio Department of Aging's Healthy Aging Grant, which was administered through our local county commissioner's office. We are just thrilled to be able to offer these opportunities for seniors. So most of the tablets and the cell phones have been spoken for at this point,
Right.
but those digital classes will continue. We have a nice computer lab set up thanks to Park National Bank's initial investment with us when we redid the school back in 2019? 2018, yeah. So
can you talk about that, the building that you're referring to?
Yeah, so it's the retired Cedar Heights Elementary School is our home. It's located at 1515 Cedar Hill Road here in Lancaster. And it is our nutrition center, the food service operation, as well as those social services. We're all housed in the same facility. So if you need meals, if you need a minor home repair, if you need adaptive equipment, if you need some homemaking or personal care, you're coming to the same facility.
The hub.
The hub.
The hub
the
of where
hub.
it is. Okay.
I like how you said that.
All
We
right.
are the Office on Aging for our county, and that's what that means. These services are all localized here, and not that we do every single service ourselves, as we was talking off air. We contract with a lot of providers in the area to help provide those services.
Well, it's just like anything else. There are expertise. You guys are experts at your meals and a lot of things, but when it comes to different things, you have a volunteer teacher that helps with the computer. You have contracted out with counselors to provide support.
Yeah.
So there's an expert in every field, and it's wonderful that you've reached out to them. You might as well build that team around you so that
Absolutely.
the seniors have the very best of what they need.
Absolutely. Yep. We can't do it all ourselves.
No.
It takes our whole community all working together to provide that network of care for our seniors, that network of support, I guess we want to call it.
Absolutely.
Because as we said, you don't know when a challenge is going to come to you.
Right.
And it's just comforting to know organizations like Fairhope Hospice, Meals on Wheels, the Senior Hub, or whatever programs are available here in our community to help support you where you are in your journey.
I want to talk a little more about that, but I think we should take a second and just give some information.
Sure.
How do people contact you if they're interested in anything that they hear today?
Sure, give us a call, 740-681-5050, or you can visit us online at theseniorhub.org. So, wait a minute, I got to say that all wrong. Me and Mark Bohack, I do a show with him.
I do.
And we get so tongue-tied on this. It is theseniorhubfc.org.
There you go.
There it is.
Perfect. And we're going to say that again later so we all know.
I'll keep practicing in my mind.
There you go. And also, if you have questions as you're watching too about Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, and if you need any support, there's someone that that is really facing the end of life diagnosis, please call us at 740-654-7077. You can go to fairhopehospice.org and follow us on our Facebook page. We'd be glad to answer any questions that we have. So the two things I wanted to remember to talk to you about is absolutely how to contact you. But the second thing is, what's the cost? You get that question a lot. So how much is it going to cost me for a meal or for these computer classes or for this?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's coming in the next segment.
Let's do it now.
Oh, doing it now. Okay.
do it.
So that is a question we get all the time. What does our organization charge? What do you charge? What's this going to cost me? So it's kind of a broad answer here because we receive our funding from several different pockets. So our meal services are covered in part by Title III funds and in part by the Senior Services Levy here in our county. And so because those Title III funds touch that meal, we have to ask for donations.
Okay.
But we never turn anyone away who cannot make a donation.
Great.
Our suggested donation is $4 a meal. That's pretty inexpensive. So we have a lot of seniors some seniors can afford $1 and they'll give us $1. We have some seniors who pay well beyond that. This service is so valuable to me, I'm going to try. Because really, if you're in need of assistance, we talk about this all the time. It doesn't matter how much money's in your bank account. If you don't have somebody to bring you a meal, you can't shop, you can't stand to prepare your food, it doesn't do you any good.
Exactly.
So Our service is need-based. Now there's other programs, minor home repairs, the emergency response units that we put out there. They're on a cost share basis.
Okay.
And again, depending on the funding stream, you may have a portion to pay based on your income.
Okay.
And so some people are very low income, they have zero to pay. Those of healthier incomes pay our higher costs towards the service. But what's interesting is because we work with such great community partners, our initial costs are generally a little bit lower than the going rate out in the market. So we're able to provide services to those that might need a little bit of a financial bit of assistance, for those services.
Plus, I think there's that trust there. So it's very hard to call to the community and say, I need this repaired in my home, or I need this, because you don't know oftentimes what to ask, the amount you're going to, maybe what the estimate would be.
Right.
But when they call you, they know that you are reaching out to those that you trust, you contract with.
Sure.
And even if maybe someone feels like they may not qualify because of their income, still call. Because
Absolutely.
there could be, like you said, just that cost share that would really be right in the pocket of where they need to be
Right.
to pay, to get that completed.
And really to blow the listeners' minds as well.
Okay.
Now then we've got certain funding sources that just kind of show up.
What do
Which
you
we
mean?
just recently received one of those
Okay.
show up buckets of money that there was additional funds available to be had, and we were asked, can you help spend these? And we said, oh heck yes, we can.
Okay.
So initially our minor home repair program does have a cap, so about $2,000 cap, $4,000 cap, depending on what the service is.
Okay.
This new pocket of money does not necessarily have a huge cap for it. So I know these are all terms, but when you're in the industry, you understand.
Right.
So again, call our care coordinators. They'll talk you through the process and determine what your need is.
Okay.
You let them know, hey, I need a ramp built. Hey, I need some grab bars installed. Hey, my shower is a mess. I need to replace it, with a walk-in unit or something like that. So again, let us know what the needs are, and we can let you know if we're able to assist.
And so this bucket of money that needs to go quickly needs to be moved on by the end of June.
By the end of June, so
if you're watching this show, the show is going to run the entire month of June. What we want you to do is to call.
Yep.
And that number is
740-681-5050. And I will tell you that particular bucket money can also be for rent, mortgage,
okay. Wow.
utilities. So it's pretty wide open, and home modification. So
Okay.
it's all working on housing stability, because we know that's the basis for a
Right.
quality of life. You have a safe place to live that you can afford,
Exactly.
and you can remain in your home.
I love that.
We're able to help with this Healthy Aging Grant funding through the County Commissioners and the Ohio Department of Aging.
Wow, what a blessing.
Yeah.
So if one of our viewers is over the age of 60, or someone in their household that has that need is over the age of 60, they just need to give you a call and just talk about some of the repairs, the home stability that they may need to keep them in their home and help them have a good quality of life.
Absolutely.
And do it now. If you're viewing this show and you need that, make sure you make that phone call.
For sure.
All right, well, we are going to take a quick break. If you have any questions at all about Fairhope Hospice or palliative care, please call 740-654-7077. And thank you right now for joining Fairhope Hospice today. We'll be right back. What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, you've touched my life this way. You took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that. And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center. Dagger Law has more than 110 years of experience in nearly every aspect of the law. When we're not just helping clients, we're helping the community. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and around town because we live and work here too. We are your neighbors, and we want to help you when you need it. When we help each other, we're stronger. Our community is stronger. Creating a strong, vibrant, healthy, and safe community is everyone's responsibility, and we take the responsibility seriously. We are local, we are trusted, we are experienced.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairhope Hospice Today. I'm Kristin Glazier, President and CEO of Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care. We are here today at the Pickering House in the family kitchen. I am joined by a friend and a colleague here, Anna Tobin from Meals on Wheels, and we've had a lot of good discussion about things that Meals on Wheels, the Senior Hub, provide to our seniors. So I want to jump right in and really focus on some of the things that we didn't get to touch on in the first segment, but just some of those things, like we said, that have been there for 30 years. But maybe we need to really bring those to the forefront so that families and patients or clients can take advantage of those.
Sure. Just touching on the whole Senior Hub thing.
Okay.
You know, so when we talk about that, that was identified several years ago as our name being a little bit of a barrier. When you say Meals on Wheels, you think, okay, I can get meals. That's going to be great. But you didn't know about all these other services. We heard from the community. We heard from our seniors over the course of the past couple of years in identifying how could we co-brand the organization to give us that platform to talk about the wide variety of services. And so we work with Crowd Communications, and over the course of a year, we developed the whole hub. And a hub is the center, the epicenter, this is where we're going to go for senior services. And the spokes are all those services reaching every inch of this county. And so when we talk about the Senior Hub, we understand, man, we got a lot of services and we're reaching a lot of different areas. So that to us was an important part of our co-brand, but we kept the Meals on Wheels as a security blanket because we want people to remember those two go together. And if you're looking for senior services, come to that center, that hub.
That was a
and
great
we're going
idea.
to get you to where you need to go, whether it's through us or through a community partner. Our educated staff are really great at making those connections.
Well, let's talk about a couple of those things.
Yeah, so a couple of things we talked about on the air, and we talked about socialization. So our big goals are reducing senior hunger and senior isolation. And so isolation and loneliness, that can be devastating upon an older adult, anybody really. And programs that we've got in place to help address that, obviously, are the meal programs. We've got congregate meals and dining throughout the city of Lancaster. Got a couple restaurant sites out in the county, one in Pickerington and one in Baltimore, where seniors can go and eat off of a pre-approved menu and have a good meal, but get out of the house, be seen for the day, have that time with family and friends at the restaurant. The congregate dining, same thing. It's giving people the purpose and reason to get up for the day and get out of the house and have a good meal. Other programs that we have for socialization are a friendly visitor program. That's a weekly visit from a volunteer who goes into the home, having opportunity to just talk, play games, do word puzzles, whatever you need done. And then Telefriend, that's another piece where we're able to just do the telephone calling and just checking in and saying hi, how you doing. But again, it's helping the senior be acknowledged for the day, for whatever that is. If it's a phone call, if it's the daily meal delivery, someone seeing them for the day, because a lot of times we get seniors who respond to how you doing today, and when they say, well, it's good to be seen, or you say it's good to see you today, that really is that's a strong statement when you
is.
break that down. I'm glad somebody's seeing me for the
Right.
day. It can be scary if there's no one stopping by,
Right.
or you're not expecting someone. So socialization is a big piece of what we do.
Okay.
We talked about our payee service.
Yes,
That's
let's talk
again,
about that.
we talk a lot about stability for people in whatever chapter you are in your aging process. So sometimes our older folks kind of lost the ability to manage their funds. Maybe they have family members living with them who are over managing their funds for them. And so the payee service allows our staff to pay your bills for you, to manage your Social Security check. You get an allowance, you can spend that how you want, but it keeps people stable and in their homes. And we've been able to keep people in their apartments, into their homes, by just simply managing their money, making sure their bills are being paid, in a timely way.
So they probably feel like they're, in a way, maybe more control because they're guaranteed that those things are going to be paid. It's a lot to manage bills because a lot of them are online, or you get a text, and that's a little scary.
Absolutely.
A little overwhelming. So that's a great program.
We help them achieve their goals. One elderly gentleman, he wanted to save enough money to buy his grandchildren Christmas. He said, I've never been able to do it. And their payee representative was able to save him money that he was able to buy small little Christmas gifts for his kids. So for him, what that goal was that, and he was able to achieve his goal through
it was
the program.
tangible for him, and he did it.
And he did it.
Love it.
So all kinds of good stuff happening.
Can we talk about the loaner closet? Is
Yes.
that kind of what that's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it adaptive equipment on loan, and that's just medical equipment, I guess it was adaptability, accessibility equipment, whatever that looks like for you. It could be walkers, it could be rollators, those walkers on the, with the wheels. It could be transfer benches, helping people get in and out of the tub, raised potty seats, wheelchairs. The list goes on and on. How we manage that is we buy equipment, we loan it out to people. They use it. If it's still in good shape, they bring it back and we wash it and sanitize it and loan it out again. But we listen to the clients, what are your needs? Within our caregiver support programming, where we're helping caregivers be successful in their roles, we hear people all the time, my wife falls. She falls, I can't get her up off the floor. Our coordinators looked and searched and found straps that he's able to help get his loved one up off of the floor without having to call the squad.
Yeah.
They taught him how to use the straps.
Wow.
It really made a big difference in his life. You think about, how do I get my loved one in and out of the tub? I don't know how to manage that. So we're able to provide those transfer benches, show people how to use them, get them installed into their home. But it's just we're like an onion. You just keep peeling.
Keep peeling away and you find something else.
Find something else in there, yeah.
I think that the loaner or adaptive equipment is so important because sometimes if someone were to fall and break a hip or have a knee replaced, they need a particular piece of equipment. Sometimes your insurance pays, sometimes it doesn't. You may need it for a short time. It's great that they can go to you, get what they need. They're going to be safer while they heal. And then when they're finished, return it back.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you take donations for that? Like if someone would have a piece of equipment that they're not using?
We do if it's in good condition. Obviously we don't want to.
Safe.
Yeah, it has to be safe for the next person to use. But sometimes we get too many walkers, the old metal walkers. So sometimes we turn away pieces of equipment. But all in all, if it's something that's usable, we're able to take it and get it repurposed back out. We have a lot of air conditioners right now. We've got a great donation from a donor. I think we have 5 or 6 window air conditioners.
Okay.
Again, for those people who are struggling with air quality in their homes, that's a great way. We get it out to you. There's really no cost to you for this at all.
And that's really important because at Hospice here too, so we have a small family fund that we use, which a lot of our employees will donate to that. So when a nurse or a social worker comes in and says so-and-so lives here, they have no air conditioner, they have breathing issues, I'm afraid they're going to end up in the hospital. We've been able to purchase air conditioners to put in the home to keep them safe in their home. So I'm sure that I know how important that can be.
Yep. I have to give a big shout out too to the Lancaster Rotary. They donated some funds to allow us to buy box fans. And so we were able to get some fans out during the summer season. It was a Beat the Heat campaign. So we've got the air conditioners and the fans available for those that might need them.
I'm a proud Rotarian.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. What have we not talked about in this area?
I do want to talk about our Medicare counseling.
Okay,
we have brought on staff Debbie Zwicker. She worked at the Fairfield Medical Center for years doing counseling for people through their Medicare and through prescription D, that part of Medicare. And she is able to work with you on a one-on-one basis, on an annual basis if needed, because you know your needs change
Oh,
and
my goodness.
Medicare plans and needs change. But anyway, again, she does a great job counseling, and we've got all kinds of, you've got the October to December, the initial enrollment, but you've got these oopsie periods where it's like, oh, I really didn't want that, I need to change. But she can counsel you through all that. And she has saved seniors thousands of dollars on prescription medications that just by simply changing to a different plan. And she's great at talking you through. So that's a great service that we have available as well at the Senior Hub.
I want to take a second again and give the phone number and how anybody can register, and reach out to you to get more information.
Sure. Our number is 740-681-5050. Our website is theseniorhubfc.org.
Okay.
And I got to put a plug in for our pet support program.
Yes, please.
So that is a totally donation run program with Meals on, with the Senior Hub. I almost said it again.
It's all right.
But again, it's providing lower income seniors who are members of our program with pet food on a once a month basis. It supplements their ability to feed their pets. We also offer minor grooming, veterinarian care, and that type of thing to keep our seniors and their pets happy, healthy, and together. It's a huge part of their day and their socialization.
Absolutely.
And so if you're interested in donating to that program, please give us a call. Our coffers are a little bare right now, so we're needing some donations of food.
So do you need a financial donation for that, or dog or pet food? Either one's okay.
If you don't want to shop for the food, we will go shop for you.
Sounds good.
So yeah, it would really be helpful. And our seniors truly do appreciate it.
Okay. I think it would be important for us to kind of talk just a little bit. We've got a few minutes left here to talk about kind of the things that we have in common and the partnership, because I think it's really important for us to talk about, we accept and work with patients and families who are in that situation with a terminal diagnosis. And there are a lot of things that we kind of uncover when we step into that home. A lot of needs that maybe someone has been, maybe they didn't know they needed it. They didn't realize there's help. So when we're talking about all this today, it's really interesting because I feel like there's a lot of things that we have in common that we work through. I've sent people to you for the loan closet. We provide a lot of equipment, but if there's that odd piece that maybe they need, they can go to you. Meals on Wheels are so important for our families because a lot of times we have patients and clients who want to be in their home for that very last hour. They can't get up, they can't cook, but they welcome the meal. They see that face. You touched on something too that I think you work with for mental health, is just contracting out for seniors to provide some support. So that is really important for us to know, I think, because we have to, we walk into situations that none of our families are perfect. So we walk into those where maybe that extra piece of counseling would be supportive. We see a lot of depression with either the patient or their caregiver. So I think that's huge to mention. But it just feels like we have the same vision and goals in mind, and I love it.
We're in the business of caring for people and wherever they are in that journey. And we've got the Olive Dale Senior Center. We laugh all the time because Carla always tells us I've got them while they're still moving and real active, and she said then I send them over to you, and but it's nice to know you have these supports along the way. And yes, we do work well together. We recognize that caregivers have such tremendous responsibility on their shoulders.
Absolutely.
And the caregiver support program that we're able to offer through the Senior Hub addresses that. And we're able to connect you to resources. So if you're dealing with Parkinson's, terminal cancer, whatever it is that you're dealing with, we're able to connect you not only to counselors, and home counselors can come in, but to resources such as True Alta, which is a caregiver online resource, because we know caregivers' time is limited.
I know.
And so going to a bunch of classes might be difficult.
Right.
But you can pop in there and you can just ask that question, well, how do I, what's happening with my loved one with Parkinson's? I don't understand. Get all kinds of information. It's empowering to you.
It sure is.
Because now I understand why my loved ones may be acting the way they're acting. How do I better respond? So I think that's really important with caregiving, along their journey too. But, but our agencies love the community. We love this community, and I think everything that we do every day is to make that better for them and to walk them through whatever part of the journey they're in. So I want to thank you for that, for all that you do, and just overseeing this amazing organization. I'm telling you,
Organization.
it is an amazing organization.
Yeah.
I feel blessed every day when I walk through those doors. The people that are there care truly about their people that they're caring for. They want the best for their clients. Our drivers, they become parts of these
Oh my gosh,
people's
I
families.
know. I
And I
know.
know you feel the same with your staff.
Yeah.
But again, I just think not understanding what is available to you behind the scenes. 15, 20 years ago, I wouldn't have known all that Meals on Wheels does.
Yeah.
And that what's available for seniors. I
Right.
didn't know what Fairhope Hospice did.
Right.
Until you get in this world and you start talking and thinking, wow,
Yep.
how blessed our community is.
Absolutely. And here we are. We're talking about it today. We're sharing the information. I want to thank you for being here today.
Well, thank you for having
I
me.
appreciate
And
it.
helping us explain all that we have to do
You are
to your
welcome.
listening audience, and maybe just one or two people picked up on it and they can tell others, we're a place to reach out if you have senior needs.
Yep. I hope you will take this advice through the end of June. If you are watching this show today, please reach out to the Senior Hub, to Meals on Wheels. They will get you in the right direction. You can visit them online. I already did that this week and kind of perused your website. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today at Fairhope Hospice today. If you have any questions about anything that you saw today or anything that we can do for you here at Fairhope Hospice, please call 740-654-7077. Thank you so much.
Interface Video presents Fairhope Hospice Today. Brought to you by Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Dagger Law, and the Frank E. Smith Funeral Home.